Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, feels like I haven't done this in like forever. Last time I posted a video like this where I'm gonna go over all my most used apps on my Apple Watch was a little over 5-6 months now, it feels like. Well, let's go ahead and fix that and go ahead and revisit. So these are going to be my top picks of Apple Watch apps that I primarily use, and I would definitely recommend anybody else to also go ahead and take a look at. You'll probably get some really good usage out of this as well. So this may be coming to a long list of apps, so if you're in a hurry, I'll make sure to put little timestamps in the video description down below, as well as a link to where you can find these apps in the video description. But if not, let's go ahead and get started. This first one I want to go ahead and show you guys is AutoSleep. Before I used to use other sleeping apps, but this one is a one-time purchase. The other ones I used to use require like a monthly subscription, but this one, once you buy it, you're good, and it does exactly what the name entitles. It will automatically detect the amount of time you slept and keep track of like your heart rate and all that other good stuff. And what I like about this application is that it actually keeps a history where you can actually go back and view your past sleeping rhythms. The interface is very user friendly, it's really easy to navigate, and you can also monitor your heart rate if you wish to also know about this. I have this disabled to preserve battery life, but there's a bunch of different configurations you could do to this application. But if you're looking for a sleeping app, definitely do check out this one, and there's no hidden fees, which I like about this. Bring is one that I recently discovered. This is going to be our number 2 pick, and I actually do find myself using this application a lot more than what I was originally expecting. How I primarily use this application, whenever I notice I'm low on a certain product, let's say I'm low on eggs or milk, I simply launch the app on my iPhone, enter the home or whatever grocery category you have, and just type in eggs and milk, and it actually gives you the option to give you little picture icons. So once you add these in on your Apple Watch, whenever you're at the grocery store, simply launch the app and you can see exactly what you're missing. And once you grab that said item, you can simply just tap and it's already marked. Before I used to fiddle with a bunch of notes, like texting and just texting back and forth, or just typing it on my notepad on my phone. Ever since I found this application, this had made my life extremely easy when grocery shopping. Now this next application, it's called Cardiogram. Not only do they offer this cool widget in front that will actually show you the BPM level when your Apple Watch first measures your heart rate, but when you activate it, it actually monitors your heart rate every single second, unlike the Apple one where you have to wait each and every time you want to do it, like manually press it, I mean. With Cardiogram, however, as soon as you activate it, it will measure your heart rate constantly until you manually stop. How I utilize this, and I can see other people also taking advantage of this, is when I'm ever training at the gym, usually like 5 days a week is how often I train. Having this enabled allows me to always monitor my heart rate, making sure I'm not taking long unnecessary breaks, and I'm always warmed up for the next exercise. So if you're somebody who's always training, want to reach that heart rate goal target, definitely do check out this application. Now this next one is the Calcularium, or any calculator app. In my opinion, no smartwatch is complete without a calculator. Even though Siri can do common math, if you ask it to do some sort of calculation, it will do it, but the more complex stuff, I prefer doing it on the Apple Watch if I ever need to and I don't have my phone nearby. Now for weather, I have to recommend 2. AccuWeather is free, and AccuWeather, the cool thing about this application, it actually will give you the weather conditions that it currently feels like. Instead of saying, oh, it's going to be 65 and it feels like 60, AccuWeather is more accurate. Now another one I want to also mention though, it's called CARROT. It's another weather app. What I like about this one is that it not only has weird humor, like it uses odd captions, it just makes me laugh, but it does also give you some really vital information. It not only gives you the regular general detail that you need to know, like its lowest temperature, weather conditions, and its highest, but it also gives you this cool complication in the front that would actually give you a little more extra details than other complications normally do. As you can see here, we actually have a little meter showing us when we're about to reach the highest temperature of the day, and I like this. Only thing that sucks about this application though, it is a one-time fee. I believe it's $4.99, and AccuWeather it's 100% free, but doesn't have a complication that goes in the front, which is a shame. ETA is another app that has to be on my recommended list. What I like about this app is whatever destination you set, it will actually show you the ETA time it will take you to get there in real world conditions. So depending on the day, there might be a lot of traffic, it might not be a lot of traffic. So I could find a great example of how someone could definitely benefit off this app is, let's say you work at a work environment that allows you to take your lunch whenever you want to. Well, with this app, you can actually see the current conditions. So if it's really good, you could quickly go off to lunch. And if not, well, you could just wait a little bit longer until traffic clears up. You can also use this for school or to get to work. And since you can view all this information off your wrist, so it doesn't cost much of a distraction like you would if you just took out your phone and went on Google Maps. Moving on, I want to go also show you guys Facer. Facer is an application that doesn't really get too much coverage, but it's a really awesome app if you want to customize or personalize your Apple Watch face with some custom pre-made ones. It also allows you to create your very own, but they have a big variety of different pre-made ones for you to choose from. Uranus, I think that was appropriate. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I swear this wasn't intentional, but here we go with Uranus, the planets. So simply select it, hit the little green icon to transfer it to our watch face, and now we're pretty much all set. And it will change each and every time you waken up the screen, so that's cool. Or you can manually tap to change the picture. They have a big library of different little watch faces to choose from, so go nuts, have fun. And it's free to download app, so what is there to hate? Gas Buddy is another app that I love to use, especially when you're on a road trip. On the Apple Watch, as soon as you launch the app, it will actually show you the price of the different gas stations around your current location. And on the Series 4, this application launches instantly. As soon as you find a gas station that catches your eyes, you can simply just tap on it, and then we'll immediately give you directions to get there. Now, MyFitnessPal is another application that I use primarily every day, but on the Apple Watch, it actually is really useful, especially when you're going out to eat with your friends, for example. Because as soon as you launch the app, not only does it show your macros that you have left for the day, but you can also log in your water. I know there's some applications that are dedicated for this, well, this has it built into it. But when you swipe on the right, I love the quick add feature. So whenever you're eating out with your friends, you could quickly just add the calories you're consuming on the menu and then just add quick add for those guesstimates. At least you have an idea how many calories you have left for the end of the day if you're trying to hit a certain calorie goal. And if you swipe to the next one, you also get your step counter. But I don't primarily use this app for step counting, which I'll show you why in a little bit. For step counting, I primarily use Pedometer++. What I like about this application is that it not only keeps track of your steps, but it could also be used on a complication. So you can see your daily step goal. If you have a certain goal, like mine, for example, is at least more than 8,000 a day. When you have it on your complication face like this, it actually keeps track of this and will show you the steps you have, so you have an idea how many more steps you gotta do to achieve your goal. But when you swipe to the right, you can also do a GPS tracking run, indoors or outdoors. Of course, indoors there's no GPS tracking though. But it's a free to download app, and I've been using this primarily for my steps, and I love it because this is one thing that the Apple activity rings is missing. The ability to display the steps you took a day. It just shows you the rings and that's it. Now quickly moving on for games, I do use Pokémon GO the most, especially when I'm out and about, like in a park or running some boring errands across town. At least with the Pokémon GO app, I could launch this and keep myself entertained, and if I need to capture a Pokemon, it'll tell me and I could capture it on my smartphone. Because that's the whole goal of this Apple Watch, is to be more active and more out and alive. So Pokemon GO always has a spot on my Apple Watch, just like this next application, Shazam. Shazam is amazing because not only is it a complication, but it's very quick to launch on the Series 4, where you can simply just open up the app and it immediately starts listening to whatever audio you have around that's playing that you wish to identify the song to. Unfortunately, Siri doesn't work when it comes to asking her for if you could identify the song, as it's going to tell you you're going to have to do that on your phone if you wish to continue. Shazam doesn't do that, and it also forwards that information on the app on your iOS device, so you could quickly add that to your Spotify playlist if you need to. So there we have it. That came out to be 12 different apps that I use on a daily basis, and I just wanted to share with you guys. the top apps that I feel that everybody should at least be aware of. So if you guys like this video, like what I'm doing, want to help support the channel, make sure to leave the video a big thumbs up, as that not lets me know, but that will also strongly help support the channel. And also check out the previous video I made of my top 6 must-have Apple Watch apps, or other of my Apple Watch videos. I have some for games as well as a ton of different cases and other accessories, so peruse the channel. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.